Hello and welcome back to Up the Gut, cooking it up. What's up? Thank you everyone for listening and being with us. Welcome back to another edition of Up the Gut with your host, Brandon, maybe a little bit bigger now, Higgins, and David can only get sexier from here, Lopes.
True. That's reached my family now at the at the Christmas parties. Nameplate and all said it big sexy. It's like
I
it's
mean,
official.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
It
Welcome
is.
to a holiday edition of Up the Gut, as we have my Christmas topper, our Lord and Savior Tony Romo Christ. Thanks to our co-host here that gave me this for Christmas, and we decided to make it our tree topper. And also, I've just been cooking it up in the kitchen, so I thought I'd keep it Chef Romo up in here. Um, Kicking it
And
off.
I thought I was going to be wearing the most ridiculous thing with my micro wrestling T-shirt, and there you go with your chef's hat.
Just had to. Actually, I just want you to know, uh, it's a chef
You're not
hat,
wearing pants.
an apron, and underwear. There's nothing else. Let the imagination unroll, baby. Unroll. This feels weird on
Listen,
my
you're
nipples. I'm not going to do that.
you're you're a dad for a reason.
It's got those moves. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Next time, put some band-aids on those
I'm
things.
going to have to. It's how you run a marathon. You put some
Yeah.
Band-Aids on your nipples.
Mm-hmm.
All
Exactly.
right, you got a yell at Mel for us.
I do, and it's a small yellow mail. It- for years, for years, um, teams have been playing, winning their divisions, getting home games, blah de blah de blee blah. And it's happened before. I'm sure it's going to happen again. But to me, it's just something that should be an easy fix. I'd like to see the NFL do away with not only divisions but conferences. If you want to award the top two teams in the league with buys, that's fine. And then you just have the other 12 teams play their games, and then the remaining six goes and plays the two teams from the bye week, and you still have the same amount of teams. You're not changing anything except for you're actually rewarding the best teams in the league. What's really just getting this going here is there is a chance that if Tampa Bay beats Carolina, and I'm pretty sure the tiebreaker is Atlanta beats New Orleans. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tampa Bay wins the division. That means Tampa Bay would win their division and host a playoff game, and I'm pretty sure they would get the Rams, if memory serves correct, and a home playoff game with a losing record. Meanwhile, if the Vikings win their game again against Green Bay, I think they have this week. Um, if they win their game, they'll be 9-8. So because they play in the North, not the South, they're not going to the playoffs. But Tampa Bay's hosting a playoff game. Who has a worse record? I would love to see the divisions go away. I think it opens up for more. Or like, oh well, just picture this. Picture Denver not having to just worry about Kansas City and the Chargers catching them. What if they were having to worry about Jacksonville catching them? And I understand that there is to a certain point when you get to division winners and how they stack up in the seeding. But imagine that these two teams were fighting for the 13th, 14th, 15th playoff spot, right? Now you have the entire rest of the league to worry about instead of just the 16 on your side. Well, that might be garbage. The NFC is loaded. Who on the AFC side scares you? I mean, honestly, nobody. And on the NFC side, you got to worry about legitimately San Francisco, LA, and Seattle, and I guess Philly if they get their head out of their ass. That's four teams that can easily win a Super Bowl on just one side. I don't see it on the other side. So that's just my little yellow no. If it was me as a commissioner, I would propose doing away with divisions and conferences altogether. Just make it one big league.
I disagree. I like the way it's done. I think it gives people a little Cinderella story. You have that
Mm.
crappy division winner in the playoffs, and sometimes they pan out. I mean, you had the Giants miraculously winning twice with Eli Manning, so that's fucking a miracle in itself. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't think they're going to change it just for the fact of they have been this way for so long. They have so many things built into it, so many records built into it, and this whole thing of like, oh my god, this team hasn't won it in this long, and I don't know. I think them just going to adding another playoff team like they
Yeah.
just did was a huge step, so that helps teams out, but I don't see them get rid of
I,
everything.
I don't I don't think they're going to do it. I would like to see them do it with as much change that is happening in the sports world nowadays, especially with college football creating these super
Ugh.
conferences and expanding playoffs and all
Well,
this other jazz.
the way college is going is an absolute horrible thing that's happening. So
Mhm.
I wouldn't take college into effect to be like, well, college is doing this because it's going absolutely horrible. You have teams that are just losing all of their players to the transfer portal now. Like Iowa State has
Mhm.
16 total players on their team. North Texas has their best season ever. Everyone transferred. They're all fucking gone. So they're not going to have a
Mhm.
team next year. Like, does that make those like second tier teams want to even compete or even try anymore? Why would you want to? What the hell's the point of putting NIL money into that stuff and everything? Like, I'll be like, fuck it. I'm not going to do this. You guys aren't going to stay. What the hell does it matter? Um, yeah, my only yell at Mel is, as always, fuck Mel Kiper Jr. That's all I got.
You know,
As always, fuck that piece of shit. Um,
and Derrick Henry. While we're
no,
at it,
I don't know. Derrick Henry never did me no wrong. Derrick Henry
piece
didn't do
of
you no
shit.
wrong either. You still won by like 30 points.
First off,
You still
he
won
wasn't.
by 30 points. You're
I
over there sweating.
I had him in my dynasty. I have him in my dynasty league,
Yeah,
and he didn't do dick for
yeah,
me.
no shit. That's why you're in last place. But it wouldn't have helped you even if you did good or bad. You still won by
No,
30 points. You're over there acting like you're fucking Tyler, where you lost by 1.02.
Yeah.
1.02 points he lost by. You're 30 fucking points ahead, and you're like, whoo, fucking close one. Fuck you, Derrick Henry. The fuck?
I didn't listen. I didn't watch. I didn't watch a lot of the Falcon game, but when I saw the highlight come across of Bijan chugging and running for 93 yards, which we'll get into, I'm sitting there like, I think I can breathe a little bit. I think I'm
You're
okay.
an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. All right, let's get into this slate of games. We got 2 Saturday games this week. No Thursday. They keep it on the weekend. I don't think there's a Monday night game either. I think it's just Saturday and Sunday they have these
Yeah,
things. The first one
you're
is
right.
the Panthers at the Bucks, which is for the winner of the AFC South, maybe. Now, you
NFC.
brought up Atlanta, and
NFC.
it actually goes in favor of the Panthers if Atlanta wins.
Okay.
Atlanta is the tiebreaker. All 3 would be tied.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they tie, the Falcons give the win to the Panthers, even if the Bucks win. So this game potentially could not matter at all. I mean, unless the Bucks win, and then there we go. But if the Panthers win, that's it.
Right.
They're the winners. That's how it go. Panthers are coming off the loss of 27-10 against the Seahawks, and the Bucks are coming off a loss 20-17 against the Dolphins. Either one of these teams, if they just fucking won, this game wouldn't fucking matter anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they both won, then the Falcons game wouldn't matter where it's shit, but they keep deciding not to. The Panthers, they need to focus on getting the ball, calling the fucking plays to get the ball into their playmakers' hands. Tet had, 1 or 2 catches. That's it. It was 1 or 2. It wasn't great. He only had 4 targets.
Yeah. 1 catch for 5 yards, I want to say
It wasn't great. And they're not developing plays to get him the ball or anything, so it's not fucking helping. And then the defense, they're playing well enough to compete, but they need the offense to catch up. They need Young to just take perks every fucking game. Get him some fucking drugs so he doesn't realize what the hell's going on. He made some decent plays, but not enough. You only have 10 fucking points. And then the Bucks, the whole fucking team just dropped off. We're talking, they're going against the Eagles. They lost against the Eagles because of a tip pass and a fucking block field goal or whatever. And now we're like, this team can't even compete with fucking Pee Wee at this point. They might as well go up against Alabama in college. They might get their shit pushed in because they don't know what the hell they're doing. They keep leaving games down to Mayfield at the end to go make a game-winning drive or something. Stop fucking doing that. He can do it, but every fucking week, this is what you're leaving down to? Stop fucking doing that. I'd be fucking tired too. Like, Jesus Christ, you're putting too much on one man's shoulders. Because I am down in the pick'ems, you're going to pick every game first, and I'm going to decide if I want to go against you or not.
Oh, my. All right.
Holiday special, baby! Because a lot of these games are going to go away. Because a lot of them are going to be close. So, it's a toss-up.
I do have a nine game lead, so this is going to be interesting for you.
Did you have
Yeah, both defenses.
Well, we got the playoffs still. I'm counting the playoffs. We're going playoffs, too. I'm coming on your back one way or another.
Um, yeah, I mean things are pretty bleak in Tampa Bay. He just lost to Quinn Ewers and Miami. That's pretty bad. They didn't get anything in the run game. They're leading for sure. Bucky Irvin had under 20 yards.
He had 110
You
carries.
know,
He had 9 carries total.
yeah, McMillan had 114 yards. Godwin had 108 yards and a touchdown. Um, I don't know what the hell they're doing with Bryce Young down in Carolina. I think the only quarterback that did worse than him this week was Brosmer. Um,
Who still
but we'll
won?
get into that one. Yeah, he still won. Like Jesus Christ. Um, I'm going Carolina in this one because I kind of feel like Tampa Bay is in a little bit of a free fall. Um, if Tampa Bay, so to me, no matter what, Tampa Bay fires their head coach this year. If they win the division and have a home playoff game and then lose, or if they just don't make it at all, I still think that Todd Bowles is gone. He is not a good fit for that locker room. Things are a huge mess uh, there right now with everything. He's not being very uh, how can I say cordial with the media. Things are just falling apart down there in Tampa. And you're right, young Baker Mayfield, maybe he could afford to do all that. But just 31. I'm gonna go Carolina. I think they kind of be able to put it together for one week, and then it'll be a one and done for them.
Funny thing is, I got the NFL script here, and I'm reading it.
Oh,
And they
okay,
want to make that Atlanta game interesting so people actually watch the Saints and Atlanta play. So the Buccaneers are going to win this game.
I got you. Okay, who am I to go against the NFL writers?
Cooking it up over here. Cooking it up. NFL,
Mm-hmm.
listen to
Mm-hmm.
my script. It makes sense. Cinema. All right, next game. We got a good one. Seahawks at 49ers. Seahawks
Mm-hmm.
coming off the 27-10 win against the Panthers. 49ers coming off that 40. Is it 42? Is it 42 or 43?
42-38.
42-38 against the shitty Bears. Uh, Seahawks, they got to keep leaning on that run game. Take the pressure off Darnold and JSN because that's all that's making plays on that offense besides the run game. Charbonnet had a day. I think he had over 100 yards, and Walker still had almost 60. I think if you lean on that and you could really take the pressure off Darnold, we saw what happened with Darnold last year with the Vikings. When the games got a little pressure, he kind of panicked a little. You saw it earlier in the season when they played the Rams, where he threw 4 interceptions, panicked a little. Was panicking the last time they played the Rams. I got bailed out a little. Shit kind of happened and with that win. But if you take the pressure off Darnold by having the run game, I don't think he's a horrible QB. I think he could definitely win you games. But if you have that run game going behind him, you're going to be perfect. Any QB who has that run game behind him will be fucking perfect, especially with Seattle and that defense playing at the highest level they can. That defense can get them to a Super Bowl. They just need the offense to stay on track. Darnold not turn the ball over, throw those picks in high-pressure situations, and keep running the ball, and they could make a legitimate run to it. Now, the 49ers, they got Purdy back 100%. The toe don't look like it's bothering him anymore. He's coming off 5 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 3 passing, doing the Dougie just like he likes to do. Boy, showing some groove out there. God damn. If the offense stays healthy, they can overcompensate for the defense missing so many pieces, as we saw. They overcame the Bears by Purdy just doing what Purdy does. Pearsall ended up actually playing. I think you said he got banged up, but I think he came back in and he was still making
He
plays.
did.
If he
Yeah.
can stay healthy, they'll be fine. Because I think he's a good receiver. He's had some horrible luck his first 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got? What do you got going on here?
Well, San Francisco, they better remember their defense moving forward. I don't think, as well as San Francisco's offense has been playing, how well Brock Purdy's been playing. Trent Williams hurt his hamstring a little bit, did not come back in the game. If they weren't already in the playoffs, if this was a playoff game, he may have pushed it. Um, and they didn't have Kittle. I'm pretty sure he had an
Does
illness
does this game
or
have
his
any
knee or something.
playoff implications in terms of seeding?
Yes. Yeah. So if the Niners won out, um, so if the Niners win out starting last week, they would play at home every single game, including the Super
So
Bowl.
they would get the first. Would they get the first seed, or they end up in the who's got who?
They
Okay,
could they could potentially get the first seed. Yes.
okay.
Yes. So like you said, Purdy tore it up over 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. CMC had 140 yards and a touchdown. Parasol. He did hurt his knee, came out for a few plays. Someone smacked him in the face and said, "Stop being a bitch." He went in there and made some clutch catches. San Francisco didn't have a sack in this game. I know, Saleh is better with his own coverages and shit like that, but in the NFL's playoffs, when it really comes down to it, you got to get pressure on the quarterback. You got to make them sweat a little bit. They only hit Caleb Williams 3 times. And then on the other side, Seattle, they had an off day, but they were playing Carolina, who was also having an even worse off day. Uh, JSN had a really bad day, 9 catches, 72 yards. Um, their defense didn't do anything special either. I'm going to go with San Francisco. They are at home. They are cooking right now, and they just put up 42 points without the Hall of Fame left tackle and their best tight end. So if they can get them back, and if that defense can play even just a hint of actual good defense, I think that they'll win this one.
All right. I just want to see one thing here. Just want to go back. Okay. Actually, if the 49ers win this game, they have the 1 seed.
Yes.
The Seahawks have it right now. They beat the Seahawks earlier in the season. So if they beat them now and it's tied record-wise, they would end up with the 1st seed. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, man. What do I want to do? What does the script say? The script says the Seahawks are going to win. They're going to take the 1st seed. They're going to give the 12th man.
Geez.
They're going to give the 12th man it. As much as I love Brock Purdy and all that, if Trent Williams is out this game, I see that being a little bit of an issue, especially with that Seahawks defense. Especially if Kittle. I mean, Tongas plays well. He played well with Kittle not in there. Kittle's not in there. That's a huge ding up right there. And then if Pearsall bangs up his knee again, here we go.
Yeah.
The script is saying Seahawks, so I'm gonna go Seahawks.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm going against it. Going against the script. Fuck the script.
Yeah, I know. You're just really bad. You didn't get the script. You got the wrong script. You got the Mel Kiper Jr. script, which is crazy.
Oh, I'm getting the Shador Sanders streak, and I'm getting the wrong one.
Yeah, you are. They give you the wrong wristband.
Yeah.
Next one we got is the Saints at the Falcons, which is actually an interesting one, depending on what happens in that Panthers-Bucks game. If it goes my way, that game actually matters, which is crazy. The Saints coming off a 34-26 win against the Titans, and the Falcons coming off a 27-24 win against the Rams. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Rookie QB showdown: Shuck versus Ward. Shuck shines. I do actually love this kid. I did say I love him in the draft, and I will keep repeating that because I did. Him and Olave have this connection, which you're looking for between a QB and a number one. Olave is rejuvenated. He's happy that he decided not to retire when he was thinking about it from all the concussions. He's having a career year. Amazing for him.
Listen, they're around the same age, so I mean, typically you gravitate towards
and that's great. So. And that's great. They have a connection. Olave's having a career year. Imagine them having a whole offseason, him being the number one. Another wide receiver in there would definitely help. They're headed in the right direction. They honestly are. They just have a couple moves to make the offseason better and make them be able to compete even next year, especially in this division, that a losing team could possibly be hosting a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the Falcons. This division could actually be interesting next year. It's crazy that they're winning games with Cousins at QB when he was washed. And now he's back here and they're winning fucking games and he's doing what you have to, which is like, oh, maybe a year off gave his arm a little bit of a break, and here we go. They might honestly be the best team in the NFC not to be in the playoffs right now because they're on fire. They're winning games. The offense is clicking. Even without Drake London. Drake London had one catch for like 5 yards, and they still won by 3 points against the Rams. Now they're just winning games to piss the fucking Rams off and make sure that pick that they gave them doesn't fucking be that great, which makes it even better. A little salt in the wounds now with them beating the Rams last night. Because I think it was the 11th pick they were looking at. Now it's going to be a little bit higher, which is fine. With me. It would be even
like
funnier.
the 14th or something like that. But they just keep falling down that track.
Yeah, here we go. You guys wanted our first? That's fine. Go ahead.
So
I gotta see the lines of the script.
Chuck had an efficient day, 332 touchdowns. He did fumble because arthritis in the old hands, you know. Now everyone's like, "Oh, Tyler Shuck had a great day. He threw for 300 yards. He was efficient. He was this or that." Do you know who the leading rusher for the Saints was?
Yeah, Estime.
Audric Estime, 14 carries, 94 yards for the touchdown. So to me, that's just a little bit of okay. So he did well, but so did Estime, who's done absolute dick. He's on a second team in like 3 years, 4 years,
He was on the
whatever.
Broncos last year,
Um,
so.
yeah, exactly. He didn't do anything there. Lave, yes, he did have a good game. Chase Young, I haven't seen him play like that since he was at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Just straight up took the dude's lunch,
Palm
ran away
touched.
with it. Yeah, said "fuck you," and
Yeah.
just slammed him down to the ground. And then Atlanta. We were talking to Tyler about this. We've been saying it all year. This is them
Yep.
all fucking year. They are world beaters, and then they look like they wouldn't be able to score 100 points if you locked them into a training facility for 2.5 days. Um, they're such an enigma. I have no idea. I honestly I didn't write it down. That's my fault. I apologize to our listeners.
You're fine. Take your
Is this
time.
game in New Orleans or is it in
It's in Atlanta. It's not even that
Atlanta? Okay,
far though. It's like fucking 3 states. Not even.
it
It's like
is, but
right there.
no, it is right there. It's like right next to each other, but
They play
just
each other
going
twice
over
a
that
year.
border.
It's not even like an
Right,
enigma. They go there once a year.
right. But I'm having a vision of the Saints coming in and they're marching in, and the Falcons are riding high because they just found they just beat the Falcons, and then they realize, oh wait, or they just beat the Rams, and the Falcons are like, oh wait, we're still the Atlanta Falcons. This roller coaster's got to come down at some point. So I think they're coming down. Old man Chuck is going to have another good day. Estimates to score 2 touchdowns, and I'm going to take the Saints.
That's crazy because I actually was going to take the Falcons no matter what you picked. This would have been the one that we actually picked the same on, and I wasn't going to go against you. I was going to pick the Falcons no matter what. I think the Falcons are just riding too high, and they're definitely on this fuck the Rams part right now. Because also, I think they're a little mad because they thought they would be higher than where they are, especially playoff-wise. They thought they'd be in the playoffs. And now it's like, well, what else does it matter? We're just going to here to build on what we can do, get our players some confidence, and just keep rolling. Which they are. Those rookies they got, they're playing outstanding, especially on defense. Watts in the secondary and Pierce and Walker on the D-line.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cousins making the fucking offense roll, which is so weird. Kyle Pitts having a rejuvenated year, what we thought would happen. And then Bijan just being Bijan, who was 5 yards away from 200 yards, and they fucked him by not giving those last couple carries. Annoying.
Oh, but I needed those points.
Shut the fuck
up. So one piece of off the field Falcons news. Apparently, they are in talks, and he's interested in leaving the commentary booth and the analyzer desk, whatever the fuck they call it. But apparently, Matt Ryan is going to be brought into the Atlanta front office to play a significant role in decision making with the roster.
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that at all. And I think if he's brought in, I think you got one more year of Penix, and if he has that roller coaster, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Or they even draft another QB this year because like, we're a fucking QB away from winning. And you know what? If we need to draft another one in the second round because we feel confident in everyone else, we built our D-line, we got a good secondary, we have our receivers. Even if you pick up another one in free agency, we have our tight end. Pitts is finally where we want to be. We have our running back. We have our 1-2 with him and Algier. I wouldn't even be mad if I was the Falcons and we pick another quarterback. I wouldn't even care.
They get Kyler Murray on the cheap.
God, no. Fuck no. I said a good QB. They're a QB away, not a midget away, a QB away.
I was going to say, you were a QB away, not a good QB away.
You're an actual QB away. Kirk Cousins is a stone. He's a statue back there, and he's making better plays than Penix was. Penix only knew how to do the Sam Darnold to throw it to one fucking guy. And that was Drake London's making him a superstar thing. So
that was fine with that.
Next one we got a turd bowl here, the Ohio Turd Bowl. Browns at Bengals. A little walk over to the park. Browns coming off the win against the Steelers. That scripted win of 13-6. Mm-hmm. And then the Bengals coming off the win. Oh, I don't have the score listed here. I know it was a lot to a little. It was like 34.
Bengals won 37-14.
Yeah, I know it was a lot to a little.
Yep.
Garrett's still 1 sack away. That's because the Steelers decided they cared more about not giving the sack rather than actually playing the game. They won their Super Bowl of the season because with this roster, they're never going to fucking make it to a Super Bowl. So they don't have to worry about it. Congratulations. You beat the Steelers. Oh, my God. Congratulations.
Right.
And then the Bengals, they're just winning games for the fuck of it. Burrow likes to ball out. Here we go. And they just need to use the rest of those draft picks on defense because that's all they're missing, really, is keep building that defense up and get a new defense coordinator, and then you'll be good.
Maybe they'll get Eberflus.
I can't not. I'm gonna go Bengals because I can't pick the Browns. I just can't pick the fucking Browns.
This would have been the second game that we picked the same, but I like to use logic and what my brain says, not what my heart and script says. You are correct. Joey B is balling out. Chase Brown finally had a good day. 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 2 touchdowns. The defense did have 4 sacks, but it was Arizona who dropped back 50 fucking times a game.
Like usual.
Yeah, like usual. The defense did struggle a little bit. I understand the Cardinals only scored 14 points, but there was a lot of yards in between there. And the Steelers-Browns. You know this because you saw it. You know this because I texted to you. And I said, I guarantee you that the Browns win this game because the NFL needs to have a relevant game coming Week 18 to justify having a Week 18. So it was a shit show. I don't think anybody can watch that game, especially on Pittsburgh side, and think that was the best effort the Steelers had. Did they miss DK Metcalf? Yes. But this is the fucking Cleveland Browns that we're talking about. You should be able to block Myles Garrett, and you should be able to move the ball otherwise. And then, Shador Sanders didn't have a bad game. He did throw a couple interceptions. One of them definitely wasn't his fault. But they only got they got nothing on the ground. Dylan Sampson led them 27 yards on the ground. Jerry Jeudy, 5 catches, 54 yards. This is not. It wasn't something where the wind was gusting 80 miles an hour. It was rain, it was snow, it was mud. No, the NFL needed the Steelers to lose this game so that the primetime game on Sunday Night Football would be for the AFC North with them and the Ravens. No one's ever going to be able to convince me otherwise of this. But as far as this is concerned, I'm going to go Cleveland because of the other storyline that the NFL wants. No matter what happens during the draft, no matter what happens earlier this season where he wasn't even on the active roster, he is an internet sensation. The fans have come around, and even the ones that hated him are like, all right, we're playing better with him, so that's the main thing. And then ultimately his teammates want him in there and want him to keep learning. So to me, they're going to make sure that Shador Sanders and the Browns win this game. And they're going to carry that momentum into the offseason and start building around him. And then we're going to be stuck with him for another 5 to 6 years.
I don't see that happening. Unless the Bengals decide to do the Steelers approach and they're like, well, you're not getting a record on us, rather than actually play the fucking game of football. I don't see it happening. I'm going Bengals. They're more talented. Mm-hmm. They have the way better QB. I'm going Bengals. All right. Next one we got. Your Colts at the Texans. Colts lost to the Jaguars 23-17. Good fight. And the Texans beat the Chargers 20-16. It is Riley Leonard time in Indianapolis, baby. Rivers is riding off to the sunset. He's retiring once again. And now it's time to see what your young guys got. Got Riley Leonard in there, see what he's got. Any other young guys, throw them in there, trying to get some chemistry. Maybe you have something in Leonard, maybe you don't. You're about to find out in the game against the Texans, who have the number 1 defense, who are fucking studs. And the main reason for that is that D-line is fucking nasty, and I love to see it. If I'm building an offense, if I'm building a team, I would want to build it from the D-line out. That's how my defense would go. And if I'm building an offense, I'm going O-line up. And that goes O-line, then QB, and then we'll go from there. D-line, for me, is one of the most important parts of the entire team, and they have built a D-line that I absolutely love. Stroud made some mistakes. He threw 2 interceptions in the game against the Chargers, but they were still able to overcome it and everything like that, especially with that D-line causing havoc for fucking Herbert and that whole team. I will pick this one first, too. I'm going to go Texans because of your paper Lions And I cannot pick them, especially with Riley Leonard in there, as much as that would be some awesome TV and the NFL script is telling me that the Colts are going to win. I'm going to say that this is a Mel Kiper pick, and I'm going to go Texans.
Mm. I'm gonna go Texans because the Colts fucking suck. Um, you know, they I like the trade that they made earlier for Sauce Gardner, giving up 2 first-round picks for him. I think in the right defense, he could be an elite corner. Maybe not the top corner in the league, but I think he could be definitely top five, not just maybe in name, but in the right defense. So I'd love to see Amarillo out and get a new defense coordinator in there with a different scheme. Thank God the Philip Rivers sideshow is done. Nothing against him, but he played games, he took reps that Riley Leonard should have been taking. I understand that they say he had an injured knee, um, but if he had an injured knee, why didn't you pull somebody up off the practice squad to be an emergency quarterback? Why did you still have Riley Leonard acting for the game and in pads? To me, they were still just trying to ride the hot hand of Jonathan Taylor, get a quarterback in there who knew Steichen's system, and sneak into the playoffs. Um,
I mean, for me, it was cool watching Rivers play because you don't see QBs do what he does at the line anymore. It's really a lot of like
right.
you get 2 calls in the play in the huddle. You go up, you're like, which one do I want to pick? All right, kill, 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 and you go to the next one. He's up there, like hut hut, sees something. He's like, all right, whiskey, whiskey, whiskey dick, Chicago, Christmas
Mm-hmm.
in my mom. Like it's ridiculous. The shit he's just
Mm-hmm.
calling out, and then he just whips it out somewhere real fast, and it's like, all right,
Yeah,
whatever.
no. From the time he goes in the huddle, calls the play, and makes the checks, it's wondrous. It brings me back to my childhood because I remember my graduation year is the year that he got drafted. That's how old this fucking guy is. But as soon as the ball snapped, it is horrible to look at. It is fucking disgusting to look at.
It's just the arm strength isn't
And
there. That's what it is. It's
not yeah
just
at
it's
all.
not.
And as far as the Texans are concerned, yes, Stroud made a couple of mistakes. But he did have 2 bombs early that kind of just, they hit the Chargers in the mouth, and the Chargers couldn't really do anything after that. The
Well,
O
they didn't really
line
do anything
for the
after that
Texans,
either. They got those 2 fast touchdowns, and the rest were field goals. That
yeah,
was it. So
the Texans O line actually did pretty well. They only allowed 1 hit and no sacks.
yeah.
So I'm gonna take Houston. Indy limp into the offseason, fire Ballard, fire Steichen, fire Amarillo, fire everybody. Just clean it out, baby. Clean it out. Mm.
Next one, another AFC AFC South. No, AFC. Yeah, it's AFC South.
Who is it?
Yeah, with Titans at Jags. It's
Jaguars?
your same division.
Yeah, AFC South.
Which the Indianapolis thing always throws me off because they are not South, but it's like the Cowboys being
They're
NFC
not.
East. They're not East. Um,
No.
Titans coming off the loss, 26-34 against the Saints, and the Jags coming off the win, 23-17 against the Colts. Ward to me is just Will Levis, but his shit works. That's it. It's just the opposite effect of how those plays go. Is there's a 50-50 chance, and he's getting all the positive 50s, especially with the throws he's making and everything like that. You didn't make. Honestly, you did not go above Will Levis. You still have Will Levis at QB. It's just everything is going right. If Will Levis had this outcome because he's doing the same stupid shit, you wouldn't have drafted Ward. They are building pretty good. Their offense is putting up points, which is surprising. That came out of nowhere. They decided to whip open the playbook that they were like, oh, well, we were saving these plays, so let's fucking use them because we got nothing else to do, which is good to see. They have something to build on for next year, which is great. And the Jags, T-Law looked average. He looked like the QB that we thought he was, not the 5-touchdown QB that we were getting. Unfortunately for Tyler, that's what he was getting. I could have used this T-Law 2 weeks ago. Because I think I might have actually beat him in the playoffs if I got this 140 point. Yeah. Would have been nice. Thanks a lot. But the team itself, even with the defense, they look like they can compete. Even when T-Law has that off day, they're able to do something. I know Philip Rivers is back there at QB, 44-year-old. They still put up 17 points. All right, they still put up 17 points. They still had to fight for the game. They still did it. Trevor Lawrence, I think, had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So they found a way to win. I mean, they do what they got to do. What do you got going on here?
Well, for this one, it is. Ward had like you said, he's putting up he's putting up some numbers, but he's winning the 50-50s, like you said. He's barely above 50% completion percentage. He did lose a fumble. Pollard had 85 yards. The defense is doing their thing. I mean, they've been doing their thing all season. I mean, it hasn't really resulted in anything for them, but the offense, was worse than you and I being trotted out there
Yeah.
like early in the season. And then as far as Jaguars concerned, I'm not overly concerned about them just because I think they went into Indianapolis knowing that as long as they stack the box and can contain um, JT, I think they knew that they were going to come in and win. Hey, Green Bay, you could have fucking done that against Derrick Henry. You
We'll get into that.
fucks.
It didn't.
Yeah,
You
fuck
still
you,
won by
LaFleur.
30 points.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care. All right, I had a 22-point lead before that fuck Derrick Henry and the goddamn
Yeah,
Packers.
and
Anyway,
you had more, and you
we'll
still
talk about
won
it.
by more than 22 points.
Imagine the one I could have had. But anyway, I think they kind of just played down. They kind of played a little too loose, and they jeopardized the win. To be honest with you, I'm going to go Jacksonville. I think they want to be firing as on all cylinders as much as they can. I think that they took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit against Indy, saw that they could potentially lose, which would be detrimental to their seeding. So they're going to put the beat down this week and then just gear up for the playoffs.
Do they
So I'm going
have any
Jacksonville.
implications for seeding in this?
They can't grab number 1, but I think they can go from number 3 to number 2. I'm pretty sure with the right combination of things. If they win, and I believe if Denver loses, I think they could grab number 2. I'm pretty sure.
If Denver loses, let me bring something up here real fast. Because if there's no real, I don't know. Because
I mean, even if they're still, this is a week away from the playoff. They're not going to get the bye, so they're playing a playoff game a week after this game.
There's real no way for them to get number 1. I mean, they could get number 2, maybe. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
My thing is if they win, because I mean the Texans are one game behind technically. So if they lose and the Texans win, I don't know how that goes. So
I'd have to look. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, they would have already wrapped it up if they would have wrapped up the South if they had swept Houston. So yeah, so there's a lot of like division title, the number 2 seed.
Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, they might have to. Yeah, I think they have to win. So if they win, they go 4-1. Yeah, so if they win, they get the AFC South. They get that second seed or whatever. But if they lose and the Texans win, the Texans get the AFC South because they both
and
have
all
a
of a sudden
record of
Jacksonville
4-1. But then they would be tied in record, and Texans would have 5-1, and they'd have 4-2. So it does matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my thing was, if it didn't matter as much, they may pull their starters, and then just not care. But since they do have to care about this one, I'm gonna go Jaguars too. As much as the Titans are rolling right now, I'm gonna try not to put myself in the hole as much by making a stupid pick like I did the Raiders against the Eagles early on, just because fuck it. Well, I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna go Jaguars. Next one we got up here is the Packers at the Vikings. Something that could have been interesting if the Vikings were out of the playoffs and the Packers matter. They're just in the playoffs. These teams are set in stone. Packers coming off the loss 41-24 against the Ravens, and the Vikings come off the win 23-10 against the Lions. That's right, the Lions. The Packers had to have had the worst offensive game plan in the entire world with a backup QB in and a defense that is struggling. What are they going to do? Pass the ball. How many times? All the time. When are you going to run it? With the QB. Are you retarded? Yes. Fire them.
Yes.
I don't just. It's just. They deserve to lose this game because that is one of the worst game plans I've ever seen in my entire life. It worked on the first drive, and then that was it. That was fucking it. They
Zero adjustments. Zero.
I think it was Jacobs had 2 carries by halftime. It was 2 to 4 carries by halftime. It was retarded. You have a top 5 running back. Let's not use him. What? Retards. And then the Vikings, they apparently don't even need a QB to win games
No.
because Brosmeyer did it, and he threw for less than, I think overall it was 3 yards. It was 3 net yards. He threw for 50, but I guess he got sacked a bunch of times and it ended up at 3 fucking yards. Won the game. Got a W. Don't even need a QB to win because that defense is fucking good. That defense is fucking. If they could keep everyone together, oh my god. If they could keep McCarthy healthy, you'll be fine. You'll be fine with that fucking defense. You will be absolutely fine. I think McCarthy was coming on a bit, getting his confidence up. Stop breaking your wrist. I don't know, man. I don't know. Stop getting hurt. Be more aware. I don't know. They keep him healthy and keep that defense together. They'll be fine. They're playing for pride. They're doing their thing. Fuck, dude. Both these teams, it doesn't even matter. If Brosmeyer's the QB. Oh my god. I have to go Packers.
But
I have to go Packers.
So yeah, Brosmeyer threw for 3 total yards. Do you know who their leading rusher was?
It was Addison. He had 1 carry for 65 yards and a touchdown.
Yes, and Aaron Jones Sr. 18 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown. Justin Jefferson had another monster game, 4 catches for 30 yards.
They're gonna feed him the fucking ball out the ass because they want him to get 1,000 yards. He's gonna get like 100 targets this game.
And speaking of targets, Jordan Addison had 1 target. He was
he's
shut
not
out.
gonna matter in this game. It's gonna be all Jefferson. I don't know. I don't know how many yards away he is. This computer's slow as shit.
I think he needs a good game, like 130, 140, something like that. And then Green Bay, they're going to get Jordan Love back, coming back from the concussion. Personally, I think they should sit him. They're not going to win the division. To me, it really doesn't matter. You're traveling throughout the entire playoffs anyway. Rest him, but he'll be playing this game. I just don't know if it's going to move.
He needs 53 yards.
Oh, it's even less than I thought. Okay.
It's doable. He needs 53 yards,
100%.
and he's going to get the targets to get it. I guarantee.
Yeah.
They'll be running screen shit to him. He might end up with eight catches for 60 yards or like 20 catches for 60 yards or something. But I think he's going to end up with 1,000 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Vikings on this one because, I trust their defense more than I trust Jordan Love, more than I trust fucking LaFleur and his goddamn play calling, which is just fucking terrible. He's on the sideline getting all mad, but he literally went for it on 4th and 1 in a 1-score game inside his own 30. Inside his own 30. And even if his play calling was immaculate, how do you not go into your defensive coordinator during their meeting and say, hey, just a thought. They have Tyler Huntley at quarterback. A lot of their targets, like receivers, are hurt. So why don't we go ahead and put 8 or 9 guys in the box and just dare them to throw the ball? No. We're fine playing a 3-4 attacking defense. Oh, we're good. We're fine. Just do it. We'll do it. Fucking idiot. I can't. You're watching. You're like, how does this? I text you in the first half and said this dude can have 200 yards and 4 touchdowns because it wasn't that he was just hitting them for like 3-4 yards. He's fucking chunking them. He's running over people. He had a clear path to the end zone. Instead, he saw the safety and said, "No, I want flesh and bone," and veers off and just
well, he ended up with 200 yards and like 3 touchdowns. So you were close. You were close. And you still won, so shut up. Anyways, next one we got should be a great one. Cowboys at the Giants. I should get tickets to this game. It'll cost me like $2. Cowboys coming off the win, 30-23 against the Commanders, and Giants coming off the win, 34-10 against the Raiders. Retards. There are a lot of retards.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of retards, Trevon Diggs, retard. He just got waived.
Oh.
Surprising, yes, just for the dead money wise. Surprising that he got waived. The timing, yes. But other than that, I expected it to happen. It's been brewing for a little bit. He can't stay healthy. He hurts himself at home doing some whatever else. He asked to stay in Washington after their game because he had family there for the holidays, and they denied him. They made him come back. So I guess that pissed him off a bit too. And they were just kind of like, okay, you can go. So there we go.
If you stay, we're going to cut you.
Yeah, like
Okay.
like usually they let them because they played on Sunday. You know, they played on Thursday. It's the
Yeah.
holidays or whatever. And they're like, no, you got to come back. And I guess he got a little pissy about that. Well, now he can just go there and
I
stay
can
there. I don't know, whatever.
listen. I can understand if this is a high school game or even a college game, and you're responsible for these kids, and like, nope, the same that came are going to be the same that went. And when your parents are there, that's when you can leave. I can, but this is a grown ass man. As long as he's not taking team equipment, what the fuck does it matter? He has his own money. He can fly back to Dallas after the holiday. What's the difference?
I don't know. I guess teams usually allow their players to do whatever. Schottenheimer said no. So maybe it was a Schottenheimer thing. I don't know. Either way, you aren't playing good enough, and the Cowboys aren't good enough to be allowing extra shit. So to me, it's like if you were playing well, you're allowing like a perfect passer rating. You're not playing well. Are the Cowboys in playoff contention? No. So why are we having a good time? Get the fuck back here and get to work because you're gonna need it. Um,
Mm.
I mean,
You got one game left. I don't know.
whatever.
To me, I just feel like fine. You know, you're a veteran. We're not making the playoffs. It's the holidays. You're going to be gone for a couple days. How much more work can you do in a week before our final game?
I don't know.
To me,
I
I
mean,
don't
he'd be
know.
close to the Giants anyways. right there. I'll just meet you at the stadium at this point. Like, what the fuck does it matter?
Yeah,
Dak and the
exactly.
offense look good. Defense still sucked. Logan Wilson got 0 snaps. Do you know how that happened?
He had as many snaps as you and I did.
Yeah, do you know
That's
how that
interesting.
happened?
No.
Apparently, miscommunication between the defense coordinator and the guy who does rotations. Because Jerry Jones was like, yeah, he was supposed to be involved. Not sure what happened there. So I don't know if it's Eberflus that is pulling the strings and decided Kenneth Murray should play the entire time and didn't have this rotation going. But he went from 30 to 45% of the snaps played to 0. Fire Eberflus, fire Murray. I don't give a shit. Get rid of both of them. I don't want Murray back. I don't give a fuck. I think he's on a 1-year contract. Thank God. And then Eberflus needs to go because his defense sucks and he sucks. I want nothing to do with him. And then the Giants might be the biggest retards of this entire week, deciding to blow out the Raiders and make sure they don't get that first overall pick where they could have got a lot of capital
Right.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
Retards. It's the week of retards. I'm going to go Cowboys.
I'm also
Who
going to
would
go
have guessed?
Cowboys. Yeah.
All this Giants
Yeah,
stuff. over there.
Dallas. Dallas. I mean, Malik Davis was your leading fucking rusher right
I think
now.
Williams is a little banged
Turpin,
up, so.
yeah, I mean the defense did okay. Still was too close of a game for my liking against Washington. And the Giants, goddamn, like Dart had over 200 yards passing. Tracy had 62. Nothing really blows anything out of the water. It's just you're going against the Raiders, who was Max Crosby list and Brock Bowers list. So they literally just put dudes in Raider uniforms and went and said, "Go play the New York Giants."
Well, the Raiders
It's
wanted the first
ridiculous,
overall pick more than the Giants.
right? And you know what? That's great strategically for the franchise. But this guy right now is on my background. I 100% back him. This dude's a competitor. This dude wants to play. And honestly, what difference would it have made in this game? You don't have anything on offense that scares them. You're going to be scared of Ashton Genty if you're New York Giants? I mean, you're not having Brock Bowers out there. You're going to be scared of Geno Smith? No. Why not let this dude play?
You know who else backed
I
him?
mean, his head coach.
Pete Carroll. Who
Mm-hmm.
GM's an idiot, which has been proven
Yep.
for the Raiders. The GM is an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
They need to fix that, but they won't.
Yeah. No, they won't. And this one's going to be more of the same because, like you said, they're in the catbird seat. All they have to do is lose one more game. They're guaranteed the number 1 overall pick. They're not going to
Trade it.
they're
For the
too
love
many
of
pieces
God,
away.
trade it.
Yeah.
You're
They're too many
not one
pieces away
player
to
away.
just take them.
You're not
Exactly.
one player away.
So someone's going to fall in love with Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore, and they're going to trade up, and you can hold it ransom. Like that's it. Like we don't love him, but you know what? You don't give us what we want. He'll be wearing a Raider jersey for the next
The
5
thing
years.
is, I think there'll be multiple teams wanting to trade up, and honestly, you might not even drop back that far because it might be one of those top 6 picks that want a QB and make sure they get who they get, and you get a first, and you don't even drop back that far, still get a top player, and then you get other pieces on top of it with a franchise that needs a lot of pieces.
Well, just to look at this scenario. The Jets, if they fall in love with the quarterback, they're at 5, and then they're at whatever Indianapolis falls at, like outside the
Well,
top
right now they're
20.
at 3.
The Jets. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Raiders,
If they,
Giants, Jets. That's your top 3.
yep. So if you can trade me the number 3 pick and then whatever the Colts pick ends up being in the high teens, I'll give you the number 1. You're gonna have to sweeten the pot just a tiny bit,
Yep.
but that's 2 little building blocks that you can use
And then
towards,
when you
you
come back
know,
to 3, you trade 3 for even more fucking capital because you are not one player away, and you just pick up
no.
pieces and you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So
All of a sudden, a quarterback goes, and then the Giants go ahead and take a receiver, or let's just say they take Arvell Reese, and then you're sitting there at 3, and people are like, oh shit, we can get Jordan Tice, we can get Carnell Tate, we can get Caleb Downs, like or that tackle from Miami, Francisco, whatever.
yeah, or that
You
end for
absolutely can
Miami,
trade that.
Banks.
Oh Bain, yeah. No, I would be lying if I was saying that I wasn't worried about him coming up tomorrow night. In their
Yeah,
game. But
yeah,
as far as this game is concerned, I'm going Dallas.
yeah. Next one we got here, Jets at Bills. Jets coming off the complete loss of 42-10 against the Patriots, and the Bills coming off a very disappointing loss of 13-12 against the Eagles. Jets still no INTs on the season. One more game away from having an unbreakable record. Jets are doing it great.
Mm-hmm.
Overhaul the whole fucking team. Start over. Start the fuck over. Start over with a new owner. Woody fuckface, sell the
Oh my
goddamn
God,
franchise
yeah.
because you are doing a horrible job. You're also listening to your teenage
Yeah.
fucking kids about who they should do because of Madden ratings. For the love of God, stop. And then the Bills, if they not for a blocked extra point, they win that game because then they're just gonna kick the extra point to win the game there.
Right.
The Eagles got lucky with that extra point block. It is what it is, And then Josh Allen missed the throw on the 2-point conversion. It was wide open. He just put it a little too far left, and it's like not much you can do about that either. They are literally a fingertip away from winning that game, and maybe even a little bit of throw, just a little bit to the right, a little bit more to win that game, which sucks. But they get up by the half, treat it like a preseason game, put the backups in, give the Jets a chance to get their INT, and move on. I'm gonna go Bills. The Jets just give me nothing. So
Yeah, I'm not even going to cover anything on the Jets just because they are that fucking awful.
yeah,
The Bills. Let me ask you. I've punted, but I've never been a place kicker. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody that has done this because if the Eagles are so good at blocking kicks, they did it against the Rams, they've done it against other teams that really don't come to my mind right now, and then they just did it here where Jordan Davis just stuck his big paw up and blocked the put. This is what he did. He went no, no. This was actually one of my uh, Christmas presents from my brothers. One that he got, some product placement there, some modern flower. Now, why don't you, in theory, just pop the kick up? Why does it have to be a line? You're not kicking a 50-yarder here. Why not pop that motherfucker up higher where you're maybe not going to get as much distance, but it's an extra point? You don't need that much distance. Why not just pop it high enough to where it's physically impossible for anybody to block?
well, I mean, you don't want
I
to
just
end up kicking it too high where it goes too short, and you're just kicking a pop fly at that point.
I understand that. So instead of I understand you don't want the ball to go straight up and then come straight down. So right now it's like they're kicking it and it's going at such a low angle that
Well,
these dudes are being able to block it. Like, why not put more air under it?
also, why not just try to angle it the opposite side of where Jordan Davis is and kick it on that side? Because you're kicking it right down the middle. He's over to the right a little bit more of where you're at. Why don't you kick a little bit to the left more and just put it down that way? Do some Brandon Aubrey, who's missing field goals now, which is crazy, but do some crazy shit like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna go Buffalo. They need it. They need this confidence builder, and we'll see where it goes.
All right, our next game, Lions at Bears. Would have been nicer if the Lions didn't shoot themselves in the foot all fucking year and screw the pooch on this one. Lions coming off the loss 23-10 against the Vikings, and the Bears coming off the loss 42-38 against the 49ers. They lost to a team without a QB, the Lions. Didn't realize that was a thing, but the Vikings essentially didn't have a QB. Didn't matter. They could have put the punter in there. Would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, they need to focus on whatever the hell happen with this offense, whatever hell happened with this team, maybe Dan Campbell not calling plays would be great. Get an
That
actual
would
offense
be
coordinator in
huge.
there. Fix that in the
Hmm.
offseason. They did, I feel, find another wide receiver in Isaac Tesla. He is.
The
They
legend
give him the
continues.
opportunities. He's coming on, and honestly,
Hmm.
I feel like they got the guy that they thought 6'4" can run and red zone threat. I think.
Yeah.
Action there. I think they got something special there, which is great to see. And then the Bears. They put way too much on Williams for this game. They need to run the ball a bit more. Yeah, it was a close game against the 49ers. The 38 points. They lost because they
Hmm.
let up 42. Because the defense, instead of booming, it busted this week, and they let Purdy go off for 5 touchdowns. If you're putting too much on Williams, where you're not focusing on running the ball, what made you successful and win games, especially like that the day after Black Friday game against the Eagles, where you ran it for over 200 yards against the Eagles in Philly, and you get away from that type of game plan, especially a banged up 49ers defense up front, you're going to have some issues. And Williams is not the guy to rely on. Don't
No.
care. Not generational. I don't care if you're trying to get him to 4,000 yards passing from the season. It ain't fucking worth it. You need the wins more than you need these stats. All right? The stats aren't going to matter if you guys aren't flowing and everything. What do you got going on?
You hit it on the head. Dan Campbell needs to give up play calling. Dan, I like you as a coach. You're somebody who I'd want to play for. But for the love of God, put down the call sheet. There are people who are built to be play callers, and then there's you. Okay. I would trust Chip Kelly calling plays more than I would trust him right now.
That's saying a lot.
That's saying a hell of a lot. Which how the hell did he get another job? But anyway, um, Detroit, they still hit Rossmer 8 times. They sacked them 7 times. They had 6 tackles for losses. They were the ones that really shined. There was nothing on offense really that did anything. Like you said earlier, the Vikings defense is just that good. And the Bears don't really have a defense. They just let up 42 to San Francisco, who's missing the Hall of Fame left tackle, and their top tight end. Um, I just looked at the standings. With a win, Chicago stays 2. With a loss, there's a chance that they fall to 3. They can't fall any further than 3, and they can't grab the number 1 spot. Um, I'm going Detroit on this one so that they can just end on a high note. Chicago, I think, knowing the predicament that they're in as far as being almost set where they are, either 2 or 3, already locking up the division. I think they may start resting some guys. Maybe they won't rest Caleb, but I think that maybe Swift doesn't carry the ball as often. Maybe Foreman on guy. With their receivers being hurt, maybe they give the other guys the bulk of the totes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go Detroit on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go Lions, too. I was going to go Lions either way. I don't think Dan Campbell wants to give Ben Johnson a win on the season in his first season away from the team. So I feel like he was going to go for fourth down all the time. Make sure if he gets up by 40 points, he's going to try to put up 80. Just
Right.
because that's who Dan Campbell is, and he just doesn't care. Next one we got is Chargers at Broncos. Chargers coming off the loss 20-16 against the Texans, and Broncos coming off the win 20-13 against the Kansas City Chiefs or Kansas Chiefs. The the Chargers will be without Herbert this week. He is sitting, so that is the Trey Lance show, baby. Welcome back, former first overall pick. And he's going to die behind the worst offensive line in the entire league, for Christ's sakes. The offensive line might actually be the reasons why the Chargers don't make a Super Bowl run, even though they're in the playoffs, because that offensive line is that bad. And then Herbert also needs to find out.
They're hurt.
Yeah, well, they're hurt and they suck. Everyone who's in there sucks. I can't believe they can't find anyone else to play. And then also Herbert doesn't know that McConkey plays for him anymore, and he needs to find him more and realize his best weapon is McConkey. You get him in space, he's going to make someone miss. Johnson's your deep threat. Keenan Allen is your intermediate. He'll get you the comebacks and the curls and all that. But if you want to get some yak, get that yard after catch, you hit McConkey. And the play calling when they do screens to like Johnson and shit, why are we doing screens to Johnson? He's not going to make someone miss after the catch. If you block perfectly, he'll run down the sideline, but he's not shifty. He's not your screen guy. Right. It doesn't make any sense to me. They're doing some stupid play calling. I don't like it. And that has nothing to do with me having McConkey in fantasy and stuff because I'm out of the fucking playoffs. I've been out of the playoffs, and I still McConkey should
For the
still be the
most part,
centerpiece of that
fantasy's
team.
done. So this
Like
is
just
this is strictly
football.
just football. Yeah.
Just Jesus Christ. And then the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, the Broncos, they ran the ball 32 attempts, but 9 of those were Bo Nix. And that's not exactly a 50-50 split you want to have. You want to have your running backs and quarterbacks in terms of passing and throwing be pretty split. If your quarterback's running it almost 10 times of the times that you're running the ball, that's not an even split. You're putting too much on your quarterback's shoulders, and that's why they only scored 20 points against a Chiefs team who has everyone on IR. The defense is playing great, but you can't run the offense through Bo Nix. Bo Nix will always be a game manager. I don't give a shit if you have him throw 50 times. If you have him throw 50 times, he has a higher chance to get 300-plus yards passing because he has 50 attempts to do it. He's not a game changer. He will definitely be able to manage the game and do what you ask him to do, but he's not going to change the game like they're trying to ask him to do.
He'll never take it over.
Just for the Trey Lance thing, and the Chargers apparently are very content where they are playoff-wise and want to get healthy, I'm going to go Broncos because the Broncos have a lot more to lose than the Chargers in this because they can lose that first seed. So,
100%.
I'm going to go Broncos.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to go Denver as well. The Chargers, Herbert is he definitely needs his rest. That forehand of his, and I understand he's managing the pain and he's fighting through it and shit, but he that forehand is going to be mangled by the end of the year. They're winning because of their defense. The games that they do win are the games that they barely lose. It's because of their defense, not necessarily because the offense is doing so well. And then as far as Denver is concerned, you're 100% correct on Nix. He's somebody that he needs to be more John Stockton than Michael Jordan. He needs to be able to just distribute to his playmakers. If a play breaks down, use his legs, get a first down, go down, and live to play another day. I don't think he's ever going to be like John Elway doing helicopter spins in the end zone. I just don't see it. And Denver has everything to play for this week. So I'm going to go Denver as well.
Next one we got is the Cardinals at the Rams. Cardinals coming off that 37-14 loss against the Bengals, and Rams coming off that very disappointing, crushing loss against the Falcons, 27-24, killing their first-round playoff hopes and their first-round pick hopes. Cardinals, they have a lot to be fixed. Overhaul, just start it now. Who the hell gives a shit? Put in some young guys, get them some playing time, figure your shit out, get ready for the offseason, which you should have been doing anyways. And then the Rams, totally played down the competition. I don't know what happened. Stafford not looking so MVP-like. 3 interceptions. It wasn't great. I mean, he also missed a touchdown throw on the first play when they got the ball back to try to drive when they had the time left. Missed a wide open receiver. Bad throw. It looked like a Justin Fields type shit. It was not great. It was not great. I'm gonna go Rams.
He did have a touchdown pass. He had a touchdown pass called back to the hole.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, he had the game winner right there to whoever 19 was. I forget who 19 was. He had the game winner right there, wide open, busted coverage, on a corner route. Bad ball, just a bad ball. So.
You said you're going Rams?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams. I think they're gonna try to get some momentum going into the playoffs and not ride that loss against the Falcons, and then possibly 100%. Ride a loss against the Cardinals for momentum. So.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals just want to get into the offseason. They're a team that has a lot more questions than answers right now. They're not as bad as the Raiders, but they definitely have more holes to fill. And they're not just a player away, especially in that division.
Yeah.
So
those were 3 teams making the playoffs in the division. He's the only team not to. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, 100%. You're right. It was murderer's row for 6 of their 17 games. They'll get a last place schedule for next year. Hopefully they'll fix some pieces. Maybe they'll get a real quarterback. Maybe they'll realize, hey, Wilson may function better as a wide receiver 1, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be the number 2. Maybe they'll get an actual running back in there. As much as Connor's done for them, I think they need to go a little bit younger. I don't believe they.
Yeah, I think they're good at the wide receiver spot because you also have McBride. They're good on weapons-wise there. Right. They need a quarterback and they need a running back. But more than anything, they need some fucking defense. Because Brissett kept you in
Oh
a
yeah.
shit ton of these games, throwing the ball 50 fucking
Mhm.
times, but your defense is just letting up way too many points and too many holes in it. So maybe a new DC and some new fucking players would help that a lot. So.
Mhm. Yeah.
Next one we got is a game that truly doesn't matter except for the first overall pick here, Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs come off the loss 20-13 against the Broncos, and the Raiders come off that 34-10 loss against the Giants. The Chiefs have half their team on IR. I mean, they might as well at this
Yeah.
point. They're not really used to being in this situation where they're ready to start the offseason prep because usually they're in the playoffs. They're competing for a playoff. They're still
Mhm.
rolling. Now it's time to just settle down, get ready for the offseason, and the Raiders need to bench everyone. Hell, put everyone on IR and not be able to field a team and just get that first overall pick and just
All right.
that's fine. Don't do what Lovie Smith did and get yourself fired by winning the last game of the season and losing out on the first overall pick. Don't do it, Pete Carroll.
Mhm.
Don't fucking do it. It's not worth it. You don't
All right.
have the team to do that. I'm going to go Chiefs in this one because the Raiders apparently really like to lose, especially if you're losing 34-10 against the Giants. They will find a way to lose. And Geno Smith likes to throw interceptions. They will
He
find a
does.
way to
It's his
lose.
favorite thing. Yeah, Gino. He loved it so much he did it twice in this game.
Yeah.
Genti had another decent day, 16 carries, 60 yards. And it was against the Giants defense that was playing pretty well. Michael Mayer was their leading receiver. Defense
That's never good.
was doing their thing. The Chiefs, Travis Kelsey Smith, or Swift, sorry. Um, God, I want to say that this is his last game because I think he internally wants to retire. He can financially retire. But I think that he's going to come back for one more year because ultimately, can you imagine your last catch you ever have when you're on the Chiefs is from Olandoku and not Patrick Mahomes? I think he wants to finish it out with Mahomes on the field, so I think he'll come back for one more year.
I mean,
As
maybe he'll
far as
come
this
back
game
one
is
more year
concerned,
and mentor a rookie tight end that they pick or something like that and just get another guy
yeah,
ready or something. So,
yep. I just did a mock,
of course you did.
first round mock.
I'm
I
fucking course
did.
you did.
Um, and I have them taking Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon, athletic freak. He's like Kyle Pitts, but with talent.
Mm.
So playing into what you said, maybe he comes back, mentors him a little bit, then he retires. So as far as this game is concerned, I think they get the win, head into the off season, and just try again next year.
Which they will because Mahomes is already pushing to be back fucking early as possible. So they're in prime position to compete again, which is annoying. Next one we got is Dolphins at Patriots. Dolphins coming off the win 20-17 against the Bucks. Patriots coming off the thrashing 42-10 against the Jets. Ewers actually had a good game against the Bucks. The Bucks defense isn't that great. His arm actually looked a lot stronger than it has. It looked stronger than two. I saw him whip a slant route, and I was like, "Who the fuck is throwing the ball?" It actually had some zip on it. I was confused. The wide receiver looked confused because he almost dropped it and went right through his hands. I was like, "Holy
Well,
crap!"
Did you notice that highlight though? The camera stayed at the offensive line. They didn't show Quinn Ewers. He dropped he dropped back. The snap was actually to the running back who then pitched it to him. Ewers got a running start on a delayed slant and then threw his
Shut
entire
the
body into it. And that's
Shut
how
the.
he got so
No,
much.
he fucking did it. No, he did it. It was an action. It was an actual quick
It was
slant.
actually a good, it was a really good.
And honestly, there was some zip behind it, and I was like, "Who was
Yeah.
that?" Because that could not have been yours. It sure as hell wasn't Tua, who has lost his job. Thank God. Now they just need to lose. Who cares? Go get an actual QB. Ewers' arm may be coming back to him, but I don't see him being QB of the future there. All power to him being a good backup. Patriots back to win in the AFC East. Dominance. Here we go. Congratulations. We had 5 years of a break, and now we're back to hell. May putting up MVP caliber numbers. Yeah, it was the Jets, but still had a 99.8 QBR, which ties for first total with like 6 other people. That's the highest QBR ever, which congratulations to him. It was the Jets, but he put up 5 touchdowns, looked amazing. Didn't make a mistake. He was done. You know, they got up a lot of points. He got to sit. I don't see him playing this whole game either. I probably halftime and they're done. I'm gonna go Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go Patriots as well. They're not gonna have a full roster, and honestly, against the Dolphins, they don't need a full roster,
No.
especially when they win in the number one seed. Um, just a little bit of development that happened today. It was a bad day to be a part of the Diggs family. Stephon Diggs getting arrested for basically domestic abuse and strangulation, I think they said. Um,
So to me, like,
now,
listen, to me, this shit has happened numerous times. Not just
yes,
with him too. I mean, he's always had allegations, everything like that. I want to see what happens. This is first come, first serve. I want to see what happens with it because there's a lot of these times, even recently, where I mean, it happened with Junkins, where like
yeah,
allegations. Here we go, and you know what happened? Absolutely nothing. It's just somebody trying to get some money. And if it's someone trying to get some money, I swear to God, I hope he fucking sues them and comes back at them because this is ridiculous. Because people who just do this take away from people that this actually happens to, and I'm tired of it.
exactly.
Because the people who do this, like, oh, there's no repercussions. I might as well try, and if I could win, I can win 50-50. No, it shouldn't be 50-50. It should be if you're wrong, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're right, they should be fucked, and that's how it should be. I mean,
Right.
it sucks,
100%.
but like it happened. They said December 2nd. Here we are going into January, and you're gonna bring this up
Right.
now. I
Almost a full month
after
later.
so after he just got a bonus for scoring a
Mm-hmm.
touchdown or a catch or whatever, he just got more money. He got a bonus, and now this person comes out, and all of a sudden now there's an issue with something going on.
Right.
That just looks
Now,
weird.
now,
That just
yeah.
looks weird
No
too.
matter, no matter the outcome, whether he did it or not, nothing is going to happen to him unless there's video, or he just comes out and says, "Yeah, I did it." Unless there's video or he admits to it, nothing's going to happen to him now. Because yes, he got put in cuffs. They may have booked him or whatever, but he's going to be out. This thing's going to go to trial or a suit or whatever.
Yeah.
And the NFL, you typically wait until all of that is done to suspend anybody. So he'll play in the playoffs. I don't think he'll play a lot Sunday. I don't think Trayvon
Probably not.
Henderson's going to play a lot Sunday. Drake may even not play a lot just to gear up for the playoffs. But that's definitely something to monitor in the offseason.
Yeah. Patriots. I'm guessing. I'm guessing you're going Patriots. You're not going Dolphins there.
Oh yeah, no.
All right, next one we got is Commanders at Eagles. Commanders come off the loss 30-23 against the Cowboys, and the Eagles coming off the luckiest fuck win 13-12 against the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Bill, we got a big day for Bill, but that's all he does against the Cowboys, have big days. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was the Cowboys defense, and Kenneth Murray played the whole game, so you were guaranteed to get 100 yards because you had the worst linebacker in the entire league starting. Just get ready for the offseason. You potentially have your running back, depending on what you want to do with Bill. Give him the offseason, see what happens. Maybe pick another late guy. Who knows? You have your weapons. You got to get a tight end. Ertz is done. Do you run with Sin or not? Who knows? Get Daniels healthy
Mm-hmm.
and get some defense for Dan Quinn over there. And then you got the Eagles. A lucky blocked XP. Got them. That's really the only reason they won because it
Mm-hmm.
sure as fuck wasn't Hurts, who was non-existent in the second half. I don't think he had a yard in the second half passing.
He didn't complete a pass in the second half. I think
Because
they
he's a
had 13
fucking
total
bum.
yards.
He's a
Yeah,
fucking bum. But you know what
couldn't
sucks
do it
is that
against Buffalo.
it sucks that bum is the I don't know, third or fourth best QB in the NFC East, and he's the only one in the fucking playoffs because his team is good, not him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Eagles in this one though. Anyways, Commanders are packing it up. They as they should,
Absolutely.
and just get on to the offseason.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. We kind of covered what happened with the Eagles in the second half. They barely squeaked it out against Buffalo. And then Washington, they're playing their balls off right now. Bill had over 100 touchdowns. Their defense had 6 sacks. I understand that the Cowboys O line has been a little suspect at times this year.
Yeah, they're very banged
Um,
up right now too.
this one, I'm going to go with Philadelphia as well. However, if Washington was fully upset, it would not shock me.
It would be cool. It'd be a nice New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh my God, New
Mm-hmm.
Year, new me. uh,
Lord.
Last game, because the NFL script has scripted it to be that way, that it matters. You got the Sunday
Mm-hmm.
night game, Ravens at the Steelers. Winner take all. Let's get ready to rumble. Ravens coming off the win 41-26-24 against the Packers. And the Steelers coming off that loss 13-6 against the Browns. King Henry
Mm-hmm.
absolutely owned that Packers defense and is their daddy forever. And Huntley did
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you want him to do: be efficient, make the plays when he had to make them, and there you go. Didn't really have to do
Yep.
much. If they can keep the same game plan and control the game, especially with no DK Metcalf with the Steelers, they're going to win. They're going to absolutely win.
So.
I don't know if Lamar Jackson is playing or not. I hope he is to make things more interesting. But honestly, if they keep the same game plan, they might not need him because Huntley is very efficient.
Right.
And then the Steelers, I mean, like we say, like the NFL script or everything like that, it had to be scripted. Or, like I mentioned when we were talking about the Browns, they cared more about Garrett not getting the record than they did about actually calling fucking plays. Because at the half the time, it looked like Aaron Rodgers was just looking at Garrett, and as soon as he got close, he kind of just dirted it in front of the nearest
Yeah.
receiver. It didn't even fucking matter. That last fucking throw he made was absolutely horrendous. Throwing a throw-up ball to Scatling, Van Des Scatling. Why
Yeah.
would you do that?
Marquise
Especially to
Venice.
Ward. It was pass interference. DB never turned around. Didn't call it though,
Right.
because they needed this game to matter. He also had Gainwell wide open on a little Texas route. Missed that
Right.
one. But they're not going to have DK again. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do. And no DK to me, especially all these shitty wide receivers. Yeah, he doesn't have to look for Garrett all the time to worry about, oh my God, I can't give up the sack. I can't give up the record. I can't give up the record. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I think the Ravens win this one, even without Jackson. I think even though it's in Pittsburgh, I think the Ravens still win this one.
Yeah. They Pittsburgh's leading receiver for the game was Fryermuth. Three catches, 63 yards. That's just abysmal. Between that and virtually no running game, the offense is just bad right now.
You think they would want to run the ball more to try to keep the ball out of Rodgers' hands to avoid the record, but they decide to throw it 500 fucking times and just have him dirt the ball because that's what the NFL wanted?
So this one is probably the worst one to try and pick for me. So I'm pretty sure unless Lamar Jackson legitimately has a broken back, if you were waiting for him to be rest up a little bit for the playoff, this one if you lose your gut, there's no resting after that. You'll have 6 months to rest.
Yeah.
So he has to play. He just has to play. He has to do it. Yes, stick to the run game with Derrick Henry. He's motivated. He's pissed off. He's now. This is kind of like the whole thing when Rico Dowdle went for 200 yards back to back weeks. Um, I'm not saying that he's going to have another 200-yard game, but I could see 110 yards, a couple touchdowns, especially if it's down near the goal line.
Especially to give him the ball
Uh,
36 times again.
for real. And if they just don't turn the ball over, I don't know, man. Uh this is tough. This is really tough because then you have to bring in the NFL aspect of it. The Steelers are a not Cinderella. They are a one of those teams. They're darlings. They're one of the darlings of the NFL. Their fan bases travel everywhere. They usually, when they're on TV, the ratings are high. But then again, Baltimore was a Super Bowl pick for a lot of people. For a lot of people. Um, Fuck it. I'm gonna go Baltimore and see what happens. But
You sure you don't want to create a sixth change? You sure you don't want to do a different one here? It'll be our sixth
I'm
different
pretty
one.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Well, I just think Baltimore can play better defense, even though Pittsburgh's getting DJ Watt back, and if this is his first game back ever since having a pretty significant injury to his body that wasn't football related. So, like, is he going to take a quarter? Is he going to take a half to get back to being himself? You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I'm going to go Baltimore because I think they can just run the ball. If they get a smidge of defense without DK Metcalf, I think they'll end up winning.
Let me see. Is Lamar playing? Let me look up Lamar Jackson real fast.
Gotcha. While you do that, we're going to go ahead and there are 14 teams going into last week who are already out of the playoffs. And we invited two more people to the casting couch, and they accepted. Congratulations to the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions. Your season ends after this weekend. Congratulations, both of you had Super Bowl aspirations at one point in time during the season, and now you guys are going to get to watch the playoffs, same as Mr. Higgins and myself. Speaking of the pickums, both Mr. Higgins and I ended up going 10-6. We did actually split on our picks that were different. So no ground gain, no ground loss. I am 156.99 and 1. He is 147, 108 and 1. And again, you bet with us, you're making money. I'm sorry to say it, but you are. And then we did give a little bit of a preview of the top five of the draft. As it sits right now, Vegas has the number one pick. The New York Football Giants have number two. The New York Football Jets have number three. The Tennessee Titans are at four, and Arizona is at five. Lurking in the outskirts is Cleveland, which if certain things happen, they can sneak it to five. But pretty much that's going to be your top, at least top three.
I'm changing my pick. I'm going to go Steelers. Jackson, they're
You're
still
going to go
optimistic
Steelers.
he's going to make it. He's day to day.
Hmm?
But to me, Jackson has also not been playing great this year. It's in Pittsburgh. I'm going to make a 6 different one, and we're going to go Steelers on this one. So there's a chance to split it again.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, anything else you'd like to cover?
No, that's it. We're at the end, my friend. This after this weekend, it comes Black Monday where coaches get fired and it gets real. I'm pretty sure the format is going to stay the same. For next week as far as how we do it, but we're going to do just the fantasy, not the fantasy. I'm sorry, the playoff games.
Yeah.
All the games that don't matter, they're done. This is the last time we're going to talk about it until draft time. So we're gonna be going over less teams, but we're gonna be spending more time on them, getting more in depth
Yes.
for their matchups.
Yeah, we'll get more into depth each game, considering you're only going to have a handful. I mean, 6 games or whatever. Maybe we'll go over some other stuff too. Especially as the playoffs go along, maybe we'll get into some college stuff because the college playoffs are going on as well, which will make things interesting. But yeah, we're gonna keep the same format and everything like that. No reason to change it. We're not gonna fix the wheel here. We're doing a great job. You guys are just missing out on greatness. Anyone who isn't listening. Anything else before we leave?
Nope, that's it. Just we appreciate everyone that continues to listen, watch, and share and like our content. And I mean, I don't know why more people aren't. 'Cause, I mean, we haven't from the start of the season till now, we've grown. Not just width wise, but the show's grown, the visibility has grown. We went from being a sleepy little, our friends and family are watching, to now the people that is starting to branch out. You say one thing to somebody, they tell another thing, then they tell two people, and it's starting to spread like that. The Houston Fire Department, the entire Houston Fire Department listens to our show weekly.
That's beautiful.
Because the one guy that I met in Ohio, he apparently, there's a couple guys that are Houston firefighters, but apparently, they play our stuff and they've listened to it and they don't hate us here. So
Oh,
apparently,
good.
right? I mean that's just a huge win for us. But no, we're in several states now. We're on YouTube. We're starting to get likes and views and stuff like that. So this train's rolling downhill with no brakes, baby.
All gas,
And
no
we're not going
brakes,
to stop
baby.
the fucker crashes. Absolutely.
That goes for me too. Thank you guys so much for listening, especially Houston. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Another state. All right, there we go. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for following, sharing, subscribing. Please keep it up. Please keep it growing. We plan on keep going. We don't have a reason to stop. We don't hate doing this, so we're going to keep bothering you guys with our beautiful faces and our majestic voices. As we said, we'll be back again next week with another edition of Up to Gut. And like I say, thank you so much. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, happy all of it. Thank you so much, and bye!